morning everyone, my name is Nurhana Dania from BA111. Today, I would like to present my assignments about the impact of infrastructure and safety policies on Petronas gas pipeline operations. First, I will explain the meaning of pipeline transportation. Pipeline transportation refers to the movement of liquids and gas, such as natural gas, oil, water, and chemicals through a system of pipes. It is one of the most efficient transportation systems because it can operate continuously for 24 hours with very little human involvement. In Malaysia, pipeline transportation is very important because it supports industrial development, electricity generations, and the country energy supplies. One example is the peninsular gas utilizations or PGU systems operated by Petronas. Next, I will discuss the characteristics of pipeline transportations. One important characteristic is continuous operations. Pipelines can transport products day and night without stopping, unlike road transportations which may face traffic congestions and or delays. Another characteristic is high carrying capacity. Pipelines can transport large amount of gas, oil, or water over long distance efficiently. Besides that, pipelines transportation has lower operating costs after constructions because it requires fewer workers and less fuel. Most pipelines are also installed underground, which help reduce traffic congestions and improve safety. Now, I would like to explain the advantage and disadvantage of pipeline transportations. One major advantage is reliability. Pipelines can provide a stable supply of natural gas, oil, and water continuously to industries and households. Another advantage is that pipelines are more environmentally friendly compared to tanker trucks because they produce lower carbon emissions and reduce traffic pollution. In addition, pipelines transportation is energy efficient and suitable for transporting large quantities of products. However, there are also several disadvantages. The construction cost of pipelines is very high because it requires expensive engineering works and safety systems. Pipelines are also less flexible because they are designed only for certain products such as gas or oil. Another disadvantage is the risk of leakage, fires, or explosions if pipelines are not maintained properly. Natural disaster and construction activity can also damage pipeline infrastructure. Next, I will explain the infrastructure and major pipeline networks in Malaysia. Pipeline transportation requires strong infrastructure such as pipelines, pumping stations, compressor stations, and monitoring systems. Compressor stations help maintain gas pressure so that product can travel long distance efficiently. Monitoring systems are also important because they help detect leaks and control pressure levels. Malaysia has several important pipeline networks. One of the largest is the PGU system operated by Petronas, which transport natural gas across Peninsular Malaysia. One important projects include the Sabah Sarawak Gas Pipeline, the Trans Sabah Gas Pipeline, and the Langat 2 Water Supply Project. This project help improve Malaysia energy security and infrastructure development. Moving on, I will discuss the policies related to pipeline transportations. In Malaysia, the government has introduced several laws and regulations to ensure safety and environmental protections. One important law is the Petroleum Development Act 1974, which gives Petronas authority to manage petroleum resources in Malaysia. Another important regulation is the Gas Supply Act 1993, which control gas supply and pipeline operations under the supervision of the Energy Commissions. Environmental protection is also very important. Under the Environmental Quality Act 1974, pipeline project must conduct environmental impact assessments before construction begins. This helps reduce environmental damage and protect nearby communities. In addition, the National Energy Transition Roadmap encourages the development of safer and more sustainable energy system in Malaysia. Besides policies, pipeline transportations also face several challenges. One major challenge is the high cost of maintenance. Pipeline must be inspected regularly to prevent corrosions and technical failure. Another issue is environmental pollution caused by leakage or oil spills. Pipeline projects in rural or mountainous areas also face geographical difficulties and high construction costs. Furthermore, companies must comply with strict safety regulations, which increase operational costs. Next, I would like to explain the stakeholders involved in pipeline transportations. The first stakeholder is government agencies such as the Ministry of Transport, the Energy Commissions, and the Department of Environment. These agencies are responsible for enforcing safety and environmental regulations. The second stakeholder is transport operators such as Petronas and Gas Malaysia. These companies manage and maintain pipeline systems to ensure smooth operations. The third stakeholder is consumer and industry because they depend on pipeline systems for a stable supply of gas and water. Lastly, environmental groups such as WWF Malaysia monitor the environmental impact of pipeline projects and encourage companies to adopt safer and greener technologies. Now, I will explain the case study on Petronas gas pipeline operations. The PGU system is one of the most important pipeline networks in Malaysia because it supplies natural gas to industry, power plants, and urban areas throughout Peninsular Malaysia. This system supports economic growth and energy security in the country. However, the PGU system also faces several challenges. Pipeline operators must spend a lot of money on maintenance, monitoring systems, and safety inspections. Older pipelines may face corrosions and technical problems if maintenance is not carried out properly. Pipeline operators must also follow strict safety regulations under laws such as the Gas Supply Act and the Environmental Quality Act. Although these regulations improve public safety, they also increase operational costs. In addition, projects such as the Trans-Sabah gas pipeline face delays due to difficult weather conditions and mountainous terrain. Environmental groups and local communities have also raised concerns about the impact of pipeline constructions on forests, rivers, and residential areas. To improve pipeline transportations in Malaysia, several recommendations can be implemented. First, the government and pipeline companies should upgrade existing infrastructure and use advanced technology such as leak detection systems and digital monitoring systems. Second, safety management and environmental protection should be strengthened during pipeline constructions and operations. Besides that, cooperations between the government, pipeline operators, and local communities should be improved to increase public awareness about pipeline safety. Training programs should also be expanded to develop skilled workers and engineers who can manage modern pipeline systems effectively. Finally, Malaysia should continue investing in sustainable energy initiatives and environmentally friendly technologies. In conclusions, pipeline transportations play a very important role in supporting Malaysia's economy, industrial growth, and energy security. It provides efficient and reliable transportations of natural gas, oil, and water across long distance. However, strong infrastructure, proper maintenance, and strict safety policies are necessary to reduce risk and ensure safe operations. With continuous investments in technology and sustainability, Malaysia can continue improving its pipeline transportation system in the future. That's all. Thank you for listening to my presentations.